Welcome to our channel, where we explore the mysteries and magic of tarot readings. In this video, we'll be looking at 10 powerful combinations of the Hierophant. It is the fifth major Arcana card in the tarot deck, and it represents tradition, religion, guidance. The Hierophant is associated with the earth, and with Taurus, which represents stability, sensuality, practicality. So, let's dive into these 10 amazing combinations and see what they can reveal about your life, love, and business. The Hierophant and the Fool. The combination of the Hierophant and the Fool in a life reading suggests a need for balance between tradition and innovation. The Hierophant represents established beliefs and institutions, while the Fool embodies spontaneity and a willingness to take risks. This combination suggests that the individual may be feeling torn between adhering to tradition and breaking free to pursue their own path. It is important to remember that both elements can be beneficial in different ways, so finding a way to integrate them is key. The final advice is to trust your intuition while also seeking guidance from trusted sources. In a love reading, the Hierophant and the Fool together suggest a need for a balance between stability and spontaneity in relationships. The Hierophant represents the institution of marriage and commitment, while the Fool embodies a free-spirited approach to love. This combination may indicate that the individual is feeling conflicted about their desire for a long-term relationship versus their fear of losing their independence. The final advice is to communicate with your partner openly about your needs and desires, while also being open to compromise and new experiences. For a business reading, the Hierophant and the Fool suggest a need for balance between following established protocols and embracing innovation. The Hierophant represents the traditional way of doing things, while the Fool represents an experimental approach to business. This combination suggests that the individual may be feeling torn between the security of following established business practices and the potential rewards of taking a risk. It is important to evaluate each situation carefully and weigh the potential benefits and risks. The final advice is to find a way to integrate these elements to create a unique approach that works for you and your business. The Hierophant and the Magician. When the Hierophant and the Magician appear together in a reading about life, they suggest that the person is at a crossroads where they must choose between following established traditions or pursuing a more unconventional path. The Hierophant represents tradition, ritual, and conformity, while the Magician represents individuality, creativity, and nonconformity. This combination suggests that the person needs to strike a balance between the two, using the structure and guidance of tradition to support their unique vision and approach. The advice for the person would be to stay true to themselves and their beliefs, while also being open to learning from the wisdom of the past. In a love reading, the Hierophant and the Magician together suggest that the person may be struggling to reconcile their desire for a committed relationship with their need for independence and self-expression. The Hierophant represents traditional relationships, while the Magician represents more unconventional relationships. This combination suggests that the person needs to find a way to balance their desire for stability and structure with their need for freedom and individuality. The advice for the person would be to communicate openly and honestly with their partner, while also being true to themselves and their own needs. In a business reading, the Hierophant and the Magician together suggest that the person may be facing a decision between following established business practices or taking a more innovative approach. The Hierophant represents established rules and regulations, while the Magician represents innovation and creativity. This combination suggests that the person needs to find a way to balance tradition with innovation in order to achieve success. The advice for the person would be to be flexible and adaptable in their approach, while also being mindful of the needs of their industry and their customers. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. When the Hierophant and the High Priestess are drawn together in a reading, it can suggest a need to balance our external and internal worlds. These cards can represent the masculine and feminine energies within us, the active and the passive, the conscious and the subconscious. The Hierophant's focus on tradition, structure, and organization can be balanced by the High Priestess's intuition, mystery, and wisdom. This combination encourages us to explore our spiritual and personal beliefs and to find ways to integrate them into our daily lives. It suggests that we should trust our instincts and listen to our inner voice, while still respecting the guidance and wisdom of those who came before us. In terms of love, the Hierophant and the High Priestess suggest a need to balance our spiritual and emotional needs. It may indicate that we need to trust our intuition and listen to our inner voice when it comes to matters of the heart, rather than relying solely on external influences or societal expectations. It could also suggest that we need to seek out a partner who shares our spiritual beliefs and values, and who can support us on our journey of personal and spiritual growth. In a business reading, the Hierophant and the High Priestess suggest a need to balance our intuition and creativity with our need for structure and organization. It can indicate that we need to trust our instincts and tap into our inner wisdom in order to make important decisions, while still adhering to established rules and protocols. This combination may also suggest that we should seek out mentors or advisors who can offer guidance and support, while still allowing us to maintain our own unique vision and approach. The advice here is to trust in our intuition and inner wisdom, while still respecting the knowledge and experience of those who came before us. The Hierophant and the Empress. Together, they suggest a need to balance tradition with innovation in order to achieve success. In terms of life, this combination suggests a time of growth and prosperity through following traditional values and systems while allowing room for creativity and abundance. It's a time to tap into the natural beauty and abundance of the world while also staying grounded in traditional values and structures. For love, this combination signifies a need for balance between structure and creativity. It's a time to focus on nurturing and growth in your relationships while also honoring traditions and commitments. This combination suggests that finding balance and harmony between these energies will lead to a deeper, more fulfilling love connection. In the context of business, the Hierophant and Empress combination indicates that success can be achieved by honoring traditional values and systems while also embracing creativity and growth. This may mean bringing in new, innovative ideas while still operating within established frameworks. It's important to stay grounded in principles and structures that have been proven to work, while also being open to new ideas and approaches. The Hierophant and the Emperor. The Hierophant and the Emperor together bring a powerful combination of structure, tradition, and authority. In terms of life, this combination suggests that it's time to establish order and stability in your life by setting clear rules and guidelines for yourself. You may find that seeking the advice and guidance of a mentor or authority figure can help you navigate challenges and make decisions with greater clarity. It's important to balance the need for structure with the need for flexibility, as rigidity can stifle growth and innovation. When it comes to love, the Hierophant and the Emperor suggest a strong, stable partnership that is built on trust and respect. This combination suggests that one partner may take on a more traditional or authoritarian role, while the other is more nurturing and supportive. This can lead to a dynamic where both partners feel safe and secure in the relationship. It's important to be mindful of power dynamics and to communicate openly and honestly to maintain balance and harmony in the relationship. In a business context, the Hierophant and the Emperor suggest the need for clear leadership and structure. This combination may indicate a need for strong policies and procedures that provide a clear framework for decision-making and accountability. It's important to foster a sense of respect and trust among team members, while also being mindful of the potential for power struggles and rigid hierarchies. By establishing a clear chain of command and promoting open communication, you can build a successful and harmonious business. The Hierophant and the Lovers. When the Hierophant and the Lovers cards appear together in a tarot reading, it suggests that the person is facing a significant decision or choice that will have a long-lasting impact on their life. The Hierophant represents traditional values, while the Lovers represent a more emotional and instinctive approach. Together, they suggest that the person needs to find a balance between the practical and emotional aspects of the decision they are facing. This could be a decision related to their career, relationships, or personal beliefs. In terms of love, the Hierophant and the Lovers suggest that the person may be facing a choice between the security and stability of a traditional relationship and the excitement and passion of a more unconventional one. The Hierophant represents commitment, while the Lovers represent freedom and choice. This combination of cards encourages the person to consider what is most important to them in a relationship and to find a balance between their desire for stability and their need for emotional fulfillment. In the business world, the Hierophant and the Lovers suggest that the person is facing a decision that will impact their long-term success. The Hierophant represents traditional business values, such as stability and conformity, while the Lovers represent innovation and creativity. Together, they suggest that the person needs to find a balance between sticking to established business practices and embracing new ideas and strategies. This could be a decision related to partnerships, investments, or expansion plans. The Hierophant and the Chariot. When the Hierophant and the Chariot cards appear together in a tarot reading about life, it signifies a time of balance between tradition and personal growth. The Hierophant represents established systems and beliefs, while the Chariot represents taking control and asserting one's individuality. This combination indicates a need to reconcile the two and find a way to move forward while still respecting the past. It suggests that the Hierophant may be facing a decision that requires them to balance their own desires and values with those of their community or society. The final advice here is to approach this situation with respect and mindfulness, and to stay true to oneself while honoring the wisdom of tradition. In a love reading, the Hierophant and the Chariot together may indicate a relationship that balances traditional values and independence. The Hierophant can represent a more traditional or structured approach to love, while the Chariot represents the desire for freedom and personal growth. This combination suggests that the Hierophant may be facing a decision in their love life that requires them to balance their own desires with the expectations of their partner or society. It advises them to seek a partner who respects their individuality while also being open to traditional values and shared experiences. In a business reading, the Hierophant and the Chariot together signify a time of balancing established business practices with innovation and personal growth. The Hierophant represents established systems and structures, while the Chariot represents taking control and forging new paths. This combination suggests that the Hierophant may be facing a decision that requires them to balance their own innovative ideas with the established practices of their industry. It advises them to seek guidance from experienced mentors while also trusting their own instincts and ability to forge their own path. The final advice here is to stay true to one's values while also being open to learning from the wisdom of others. The Hierophant and Strength. When the Hierophant and Strength cards are drawn together, they create a powerful combination that speaks to strength, stability, and spiritual fortitude. This combination suggests that the individual has the inner strength to persevere through difficult times and to stand up for their beliefs, values, and principles. The Hierophant symbolizes tradition, structure, and the power of authority, while Strength represents courage, perseverance, and self-discipline. Together, they suggest that the individual may need to call upon their inner strength to confront difficult challenges or to overcome obstacles in their life. The advice for the individual is to stay true to their beliefs and values, to stay grounded and centered, and to have faith in their own abilities to overcome any adversity. In the context of love, the Hierophant and Strength cards suggest that the relationship is built on a strong foundation of shared values and beliefs. The couple may face challenges or obstacles, but their inner strength, perseverance, and commitment to each other will see them through. This combination may indicate a relationship that is based on traditional values or beliefs and has a solid, dependable foundation. The advice for the individual is to trust in the strength of the relationship, to stay true to their values, and to support their partner through difficult times. In a business context, the Hierophant and Strength cards suggest that the individual has the inner strength and discipline to succeed in a structured and traditional environment. This combination indicates that the individual may need to follow established procedures or protocols, and to navigate complex power structures or hierarchies. However, their inner strength, perseverance, and commitment to their values will help them to navigate these challenges and succeed in their endeavors. The advice for the individual is to stay focused on their goals, to persevere through difficult times, and to stay true to their values, even in a highly structured or hierarchical environment. The Hierophant and the Hermit. When the Hierophant and the Hermit cards are drawn together in a tarot reading, it can signify a time of deep reflection and spiritual growth in one's life. The Hierophant represents traditional values, religion, and the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, while the Hermit represents introspection, solitude, and the search for inner truth. Together, they suggest a need to balance external guidance and inner guidance in order to achieve spiritual harmony. In terms of love, the Hierophant and the Hermit combination suggests a need for both partners to reflect on their own values and beliefs before making any significant decisions. It can also signify a period of solitude or withdrawal for one or both partners in order to gain clarity about their feelings and desires. The advice here is to take time for introspection and to communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your spiritual and emotional needs. In the context of business, the Hierophant and the Hermit combination can suggest a need for guidance and mentorship in order to achieve success. This may involve seeking out a mentor or joining a professional organization in your field. It can also suggest a need to take a step back and reevaluate your goals and values in order to make sure they align with your business endeavors. The advice here is to seek guidance from trusted sources and to stay true to your own values and beliefs. The Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. When the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune appear together in a tarot reading for life, it suggests that you are going through a period of change and growth that is guided by a higher power or divine intervention. The Hierophant represents the influence of traditions, institutions, and spiritual teachings, while the Wheel of Fortune signifies the cyclical nature of life, the ups and downs, and the unpredictable changes. Together, they indicate that you are on the path of spiritual and personal growth, but there may be some challenges along the way. It is important to trust the journey and have faith in the universe, as everything happens for a reason. Your past experiences and spiritual beliefs can provide you with the guidance and wisdom needed to navigate through these changes successfully. In a love reading, the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune suggest that you are going through a significant change or transition in your relationship. The Hierophant represents the institution of marriage, commitment, and traditional values, while the Wheel of Fortune signifies a turning point or a change of fate. Together, they suggest that you may be experiencing a significant shift in your relationship, and it may be time to reevaluate your commitments and values. It is important to communicate openly and honestly with your partner and seek guidance from a trusted source, such as a counselor or spiritual advisor. Trust that the universe is guiding you to where you need to be, even if it feels uncertain or scary. In a business reading, the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune suggest that you are going through a significant change or transition in your career or business. The Hierophant represents the traditional ways of doing business, such as rules, regulations, and institutions, while the Wheel of Fortune signifies a turning point or a change of fate. Together, they suggest that you may be experiencing a shift in your industry or market, and it may be time to adapt and innovate to stay relevant. Seek guidance from a mentor or advisor who has experience in navigating changes and transitions successfully. Trust that the universe is guiding you towards success and abundance, even if it feels uncertain or risky. Remember to stay grounded in your values and beliefs to stay true to your purpose and mission. Remember, tarot is a powerful tool that can help you gain insights and guidance for your life's journey. It can illuminate hidden truths, reveal new perspectives, and empower you to make positive changes. However, it's important to approach tarot with respect, empathy, and an open mind. Tarot is not a magic solution or a quick fix, but rather a pathway to self-awareness and growth. So, take your time, trust your intuition, and be gentle with yourself as you explore the mysteries of the tarot. Thank you for watching, and may the magic of the tarot guide you on your path.